Hi, I'm Vanessa, and today I am doing my May TBR, or books I plan to read during the month of May.
Turning pages, keep turning those pages. Time flies when you've been reading.
A couple of these are, of course, crossovers, or what's that word? Carryover? If you've watched my TBR videos from the last couple of months, you may recognize a book or two, because I cannot seem to finish a TBR, or I get distracted and read different books. I don't know what happens, but it's kind of interesting to track, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, so the first book I am planning to read in May is My Lady Jane by Cynthia Hand, Brody Ashton, and Jody Meadows. This was supposed to be read during my magical readathon. I didn't get to it because I picked books that ended up being really slow and then I didn't want to read them, so I procrastinated and didn't do much reading of those books. So I blame the books from last month. It's not my fault, it's the book's fault for being boring, is why I didn't read this. But anyway, I have actually read the first 20 pages or so, 30 pages, and I really like it so far. I didn't expect it to be about people who could turn into big cats, but it is, and that's amazing because I love big cats, like lions and tigers and stuff. And somebody can turn into a horse, which is hilarious, and it sounds really strange, but very curious to see where it goes. Next I have Song of the Wanderer by Bruce Coville, which is the sequel to one of my absolute favorite books from childhood, Into the Land of the Unicorns. Did this start my unicorn obsession? Was I already obsessed with unicorns? Probably. I think I was born obsessed with unicorns. I don't know. This book, inspired a lot of my early writing, I realized, after finding a short story that was basically a ripoff of this, because the kids, it starts out with a 10-year-old and 12-year-old sister, which is obviously me and my older sister, and their Springer Spaniel, and they find a magical locket, and it transports them to a unicorn land. And then the dog's spots, because she had brown markings and brown ears. She was a Springer Spaniel, which I just said. Anyway, she turns pink in the brown spots. It's not why you're watching this video, to hear about my random story that was basically copying Into the Land of the Unicorns. But it existed, and it makes me laugh because when I reread that, I was like, oh, this is clever, a magical locket. And then last month I read this book. I'm like, no, it wasn't clever. It was copying this book. Anyway, I'm going to read the next one because I remember loving this book so much. And I was waiting forever for the sequel, but by the time he wrote the sequel, it was 10 years later, and I had no memory of anything that happened in the series. So I'm really excited to read this book and then finally read the conclusion of the series. That would be amazing if my library ever reopens. And then I have Slayer by Kirsten White, which I think has been on my TBR since February. Still really want to read this. I'm talking too fast and I'm choking on air. And last but not least, or hopefully not least, is We Are the Wildcats by Siobhan Vivian. This is a contemporary book about secrets and stuff in, what are they? Field hockey, and they have a weird coach who's a creeper or something. Maybe not. I don't know exactly. Anyway, this is the Booksplosion Book of the Month for May, and I really love the Booksplosion book discussions, but a lot of the time I'm just not interested in the books that they choose for the month, so I miss the majority of them just for that fact. But I actually have this book because I got it at Y'all Fest in November. This is an ARC of it. I randomly ended up with it somehow. I think it was in a swag bag or something. You don't care how I got this book. The point is I have this book, And now I can read it. And I may as well read it now, because then I can watch their book discussion, which would be a lot of fun. I didn't script this video, which is why it's all over the place. Because it's already like May 6th when I'm filming this, and it's like it's almost too late to put up a TBR, but should I? Why not? I don't know. People seem to like them, so this is what I'm reading this month. And that's everything, because as I have said multiple times, I can't seem to finish my TBR. So I'm stopping there to see if I can actually finish these books this month. We'll see what happens. So let me know how your reading's been going in the comments. Are you planning to read any of these books? Have you read any of these books? What are your thoughts? Let's chat. Talking to you in the comments always makes my day, and I will see you soon with another video. Bye! Of course, as soon as I pose for the thumbnail, I start sneezing. Oh, this book is dusty. That's the problem. Okay. I'll just put that to the side for now.